Alright, well, reluctantly, I am reacting to the Loli defense that Chibi Reviews decided to upload because he got so upset at, I think, Gideon and Schlepp. Because I believe, to my understanding, and I haven't really looked into what Gideon and Schlepp are doing, but they were, like, debating other people on, like, the ethics of lolicon content. I'm pretty sure if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you pretty much know where I stand in regards to Loli. Loli is pretty disgusting. I think if you're attracted to Loli, there is a pretty damn good chance that you're a pedophile. Like, it's disgusting. I feel like it's, if I had to compare Loli to something, it's like a gateway drug. Right, like, if you have an attraction to Loli, that can open the door for having an attraction to, like, real things. Like, just because it's a cartoon character, you know, there's no, like, harm reduction. I feel like, if anything, it makes you more likely to do that sort of thing. But Chibi Reviews decided to, he felt so passionate about this topic that he decided to make a video running defense for Loli. So I guess we're just gonna listen to this abysmal dog shit video.
I want to catch a lot of heat for this video and probably receive hundreds of thousands of death threats for even making a video discussing lollies and even...
Oh, I mean, is that a sign that you should be making this video then? I don't know. Don't death threaten, I guess, but, like, I don't know, dude. Like, you really thought that this was a good idea?
Been trying to defend lollies, but we're gonna get right into it because I've already faced death threats, I've already faced slander, false accusations, people doxing me, sending me stuff in the mail, all sorts of horrific stuff.
Guys, the false accusations I believe in question are just like the fact that his ex-fiance left him for his best friend for 10 years. I'm pretty sure that's the extent of the quote-unquote false accusations that Chibi has received. If it's pedophilia accusations, I mean, you're running defense for Loli, dude. I don't know, bro. It sounds legit to me. I don't know.
For my stances on fictional content. So, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to bow down and bend the knee. I'm going to just straight up get into what needs to be said. And
I don't think this needs to be said at all.
so this is a post that crossed my feed today by Real Schlepp. Now, you might not know who this is, but there is a very high chance you do. This individual is someone that is very well known for being a pred catcher.
Oh, yeah, he does, like, the Roblox pred catching stuff. Yeah, listen, you know, Schlepp does good shit. Like, it seems like Schlepp has gotten a lot of legitimate predators off the streets, and if that's what Schlepp is doing, he's actually involving law enforcement, he's doing what he needs to do, like, hey, that's, you know, God's work, right? Like, that's all you can ask for. You know, he seems to be doing good. I guess the one criticism you could give Schlepp is some of the spheres he hangs out in are a little bit immature. That's probably, like, the only criticism I have for Schlepp. You know, like, unfortunately, that's just, like, it kind of comes with the territory. If you're in the Roblox territory, there's going to be a lot of very immature people. But listen, as long as Schlepp's not sensationalizing and he's actually getting, like, actual preds off the streets, that's all I care about, you know, like, God bless. Like, Schlepp's doing a good thing as far as I'm concerned.
For someone that makes their entire channel around catching predators on Roblox and different forms of the internet, as you can see here, and they have 2.4 million followers. So this is a pretty large channel that gets very decent views, as you can see here, 7.7 million views, 8 million views. Obviously, they are very successful as a content creator. Someone that is way beyond my success. I am just a drop in the bucket in comparison to this individual that is making YouTube content. However, I
feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Chibi is, like, coming at this with the attitude that, like, Schlepp is, like, doing a really bad thing. Like, I just get that, like, weird undertone in the tone of his voice. Maybe I'm mishearing it, but I don't know. I don't think I am. I feel like he actually, like, is trying to come at it with the intention that what Schlepp is doing is not a good thing.
What really shocks me is that an individual that has their entire career based around being a predator catcher is someone that cannot separate fiction from reality. That is...
There it is, guys. There's the dog whistle that jerking it to Loli is totally fine, according to Chibi Reviews. Why do you feel the need to defend jerking it to Loli? Honestly, like, why do you feel the need to, like, go to bat for this topic so much that you had to make an entire video getting so passionate about, like, defending jerking off the drawn depictions of children? Like, I'm sorry, how can you be attracted to Loli and then not be attracted to actual children? I will never understand that. Like, if anything, like, if somebody jerks off the like, Loli, there's a good chance they're probably gonna jerk off the children as well, because I'm not attracted to anything that looks like a child. That's fucking weird as shit to me.
Is what really blew me away when I saw this post today, and the amount of damage that this post and this individual is going to cause to actual real people and victims out there, and allow criminals to actually get away.
Oh, so we're doing this, like, whole harm reduction. Okay, so this is not a real scenario. This is just like, he's, like, Chibi Reviews is trolling here. He's, like, doing this whole, like, reasonability trolling and saying that, like, oh, there's this, like, harm reduction narrative. Again, Loli, if anything, is just going to make someone more likely to engage with actual CP because you're indulging in a fetish being attracted to kids. So, I don't know, dude. Like, holy fuck, bro.
Also responded to me twice before I even uploaded this video, and instead of even countering the points I made, he decided to go straight into slandering me,
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna read this. Hopefully fucking Chibi doesn't read it on screen. Instead of countering what Schlepp says, no wonder your fiance cheated on you, kind of based. Instead of countering what I said, he decided to start an entirely new conversation because he knows I'm right. You admit you rather watered down terms, wasting police resources to help criminals with false calls. I'm pretty sure Loli is illegal in most states. Like, or not in, maybe in the US, but like in other countries, it absolutely is illegal. Like, it is still like some form of disgusting content that people are engaging with. Like, it is still, like, again, that is like an actual legitimate, like, this is like a gateway that people can use to engage with like actual CP. Like, that's why we should just like never accept it. You are literally comparing drawings to a living, breathing person. Not only did your fiance cheat on you, but your friends sided with her. I really wonder what happened behind closed doors if you're out here defending Loli. That's actually a good point. Like, honestly, like, Schlepp kind of mocked on him a little bit. That's actually a good point. It's like, if everyone behind the scenes stopped siding with Chibi in the whole fiance thing, like, what really happened? Is there, like, a retelling that Chibi is not telling us? My fiance was a Shotokan. Oh, if that's true, she's also a piece of shit. Wow, okay, so two disgusting pieces of shit attracting to each other. Wow, who would have guessed? Do some research on that. No, I'm good. She also liked lollies, too. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? You are changing topics because you know I'm right. Attacking someone's personal life to change the subject matter. This speaks volumes about your character, and it's not helping victims. Well, would jerking off the Loli help victims as well? Like, how is that helping victims if they're gonna wind up engaging with fucking CP way later in their life anyways? Again, this whole harm reduction narrative is not a real thing. Like, Chibi Reviews is just making this shit up. This is not, like, a real thing that is, like, happening. Again, Loli is the CP equivalent of a gateway drug.
And instead of even countering the points I made, he decided to go straight into slandering me, bringing up my personal life that's completely irrelevant to—
Where's the slander part? He mentioned that you were defending Loli, and that your fiance cheated on you, and that your friends sided with her, all of which you have admitted in your own video. What's the slander part?
The topic at hand, and basically shifting the subject matter away from the topic to kind of muddy the waters and basically try to make my points seem kind of invalid when he's not even addressing my points.
That's what you sound like right now, Chibi. You sound like, actually, no, my points are very valid, and, like, I actually do make very good, valid arguments, and I like associating myself with, rapists, like Tectone, who was held liable in civil case for raping and stalking his ex-girlfriend, Pink Chew. And I love aligning myself with really edgy right-wing figures because it makes me feel good. I was bullied in school, and my fucking fiance was bouncing on that shit with my best friend for 10 years, but I'm right, guys. I'm right.
with. So I think more or less the case is closed, that this man right here actually doesn't care about victims and people. He's more or less just wanting brownie points, making a profit off of people, and that's about it. So
guys, the man who has gotten legitimate predators off the streets doesn't care about children's safety because he doesn't agree with Lolicon and thinks that Lolicon is a way to engage with predatorizing children, which it most likely is. Okay, amazing logic, Chibi. Great. Wow. He's virtue signaling just by getting actual predators off the streets and taking action and having all the videos to back it up. Dude, what the fuck is this narrative?
This is pretty, it says a lot about his character, honestly, just seeing these type of posts from him.
Well, it does say a lot about his character. I think he's way less of a red flag. Dude, he is way less of a red flag than somebody who is defending drawn, sexualized depictions of children, basically. So, he's way less of a red flag than you are, Chibi.
And so let's just get right into this. So first off, let's address the elephant in the room, which is what Schlep is talking about. He's talking about how lollies are basically, if you like lollies, you defend lollies, you're a PDF. That's what he is.
You are most likely a pedophile if you are defending or you enjoy lolly to some extent. I'm sorry. You are most likely a pedophile. I don't care. You are engaging with prepubescent children and you're defending them being sexualized and you're using the whole, they're 2,000 years old, and so technically it's illegal. You guys use that as a justification to jerk off to what looks like a children, being attracted to a child. If you are attracted to a drawn depiction of a child, I don't think it's an unreasonable conclusion to say that you would most likely be attracted to an actual real-life child. I don't think that's an unreasonable thing to say.
Pretty much saying in this post. And what's very interesting about this post, by the way, with him trying to compare the two of fictional content that's a drawing on a piece of paper or an animated pixel, he actually edited his post here, which Packer Girl showcases a screenshot, and I'll showcase this as legit in a second. But basically, you can see his original post here, he actually has anime in front of it, showcasing what he's actually talking about. Then he quickly edited his post to remove it to make it seem more extreme than it actually is. And
that's your big gotcha? That having anime in front of the actual word instead of saying child erotica, it's still roughly the same thing. Just because it's anime, that only makes it just a tiny bit better. A tiny bit, in the sense that it's fictionalized. But even then, it is still very disgusting, and you are as close to pedophilia as you can be without, I guess, somewhat engaging with, the real life thing, we'll say. But even then, you're still engaging with some form of sexualizing children. And that, should be, we should be, hard stance against that, just altogether. And so, your big gotcha is not as much of a gotcha as you think it is, just because he removed the word anime in it. Child erotica, and also, who knows, maybe Schlep edited his post because child erotica can be all kinds of things. It can be anime, like lolly, or it could be actual CP that predators were caught engaging with. Maybe Schlep was just trying to be more broad. Who fucking why instantly go to Schlep being bad faith? You know what I mean? Who knows what Schlep's intention was? I highly doubt Schlep was trying to be bad faith about it.
I don't think I need to really explain why this is bad, but it obviously is very disingenuous in trying to basically make a molehill into a mountain, or trying to make something look worse than it
Guys, my ex-fiance was bouncing on it with my best friend for 10 years. She was bouncing on it. She was a little church girl into Loli and Shotokan, and she still left me because I'm a pathetic piece of shit.
Actually is.
Despite the fact that she was perfect for me, which means no one out there is really perfect for me. Well, actually, guys, dude, what the fuck is this video, dude? It's just you literally, you sound like the well actually guy. That you are, Chibi Reviews is the, actual embodiment of a well actually guy. That's who he is.
Pretty much saying that, basically, nobody would care if it was a drawing, but the fact that he removed that wording of anime from it, it makes people tune in more to what he's saying and believe what he's saying is actually talking about real victims and real people that are actually getting harmed.
Or maybe that is exactly what he's talking about. He's trying to be more broad with it. He's trying to say that predators are caught with, actual CP and, engaging in all sorts of stuff. Maybe that's actually what he's talking about. I don't know. Again, I don't think this is the gotcha that you think it is.
And to showcase that this tweet actually has been edited, by the way, here it is, the actual post here, as you can see, getting community noted, by the way. And if you go...
He's really trying to run this point as if he caught Schlepp in, like, this, like, really dumb inconsistency, but, like, this guy really just comes off like he's really trying to play semantics about this really, really hard.
Go here to last edit, you click on this right here, you will see his original post at the bottom here. This is a legitimate post he made that he edited out anime. He changed nothing else with it besides removing anime from the actual wording.
Yeah, because predators can be caught with a lolly and then that can introduce them to CP, or they're caught with actual CP. Regardless, both of which are pretty fucking bad. Like, I don't think it's a hot take to say that we should not be sexualizing prepubescent children, or any children for that matter. Like grown-ass adults don't engage with children. Hot take. I somehow that's a hot take apparently, but I guess Chibi Reviews is like, well, actually, if it's an anime and it's a drawing, it's not that big of a deal if you jerk off over it. Dude, what the fuck, man? Like, come on.
Basically make the post look way worse than it actually is. So
oh my god. He's really trying so hard. Oh, he's so cringe.
This is actually insane, and this gets...
Whoa, it's insane.
It's into the topic of what I just talked about, that it's really horrible that someone that dedicates their entire career and, like presence online to actually go after criminals would actually compare a drawing to actually real victims. That's what's so disrespectful.
Well, I think Schlepp has been doing this for a decent amount of time, and he understands that somebody that engages with lolicon could be validated, and then that could encourage them to actually engage with a child, because that the temptation for it gets higher and higher each time they engage with lolicon. I think Schlepp understands that. And so, like, Schlepp is, like, pretty hard stanced against, like, we shouldn't be sexualizing children, even if it's in anime. Which is, yeah, again, that's... I don't think that's a hot take. That's, like, pretty reasonable take.
And let me explain why this is a problem. So,
it's a problem, apparently, according to Chibi Reviews. Guys, it's a problem that people are saying no to lolicon and that we have to reduce chances of predatorization as much as possible. It's a problem.
Oh, first off,
the problem is that you can't keep a fucking baby mama for your life, Chibi. That's the real problem, is because you're a pathetic man.
You are a police officer in, you know, the office at the county sheriff office or whatever, and you only have a certain amount of officers. Let's say there's 30 or 50 officers within the police office. You receive a call that apparently someone is harming someone, and you take this call, you take it very seriously because it's your job. So you go and investigate, and when you go and investigate whatever's going on, you come to find out it's actually just a drawing. It's a pixel on the screen. It's nothing. There's nobody being hurt, no victims, nothing. It is just entirely a drawing on the screen.
So this is not a real scenario. Just to be clear, this is not a real scenario. Like this is like almost never happening. Like he's trying to do this like weird hypothetical scenario that like police are getting involved. Oh, they're engaging with Loli. Oh, yeah, this is nothing. Like this is not real. All right, like nobody is doing that. And also like technically you can get arrested for it in other countries because Loli is illegal in other countries. So you can get arrested depending on the country you're in. So it actually could be like a legitimate call. But even then, the scenario that Chibi is describing, he's like doing this like weird make-believe scenario, and he's just like, he's concern trolling. Like this is not like a real thing that's happening where people are like, oh my god, you know, there's no actual victims being harmed, there's no nothing. But like 9 times out of 10, if you investigate somebody with Loli, they probably are investigating, they probably have some level of, I mean, look at Lakari not that long ago. You know, Lakari, he recently got caught in 4K with like links to CSAM material, not even Loli, like actual CSAM material, and apparently like he was into Loli previously. So again, this whole harm reduction narrative isn't really working out in your favor, because for Lakari it absolutely didn't work out. What most likely happened was he engaged with the Loli material and then he wound up discovering actual CSAM and got addicted to it or something. And there was a story of like a fucking police officer who constantly dealt with predators that had like child porn on them or whatever, or CP material. And eventually, like, because his job was to get rid of it as much as possible. And then eventually he got addicted to it and he wound up going down that rabbit hole, and it was pretty nasty. Like, it fucks you up, like, I guess. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a justification for the officer to go and engage with it himself, but still, like, again, like, the more you engage with any level of this material, the more likely you are to actually do something that is engage in some level of like harmful fucking material. So this whole scenario that Chibi is like laying out here, this is not a real scenario. He's like fucking trolling here.
And I don't think I really need to outline why this is a problem, but all this does is it stalls police from being able to actually catch real criminals and help victims.
Most people that engage with Loli, more often than not, have some level of, like, criminal material on their PC somewhere. They most likely do. Like, that's just, like, it's not even a question.
Be able to recover. It really just actually overloads the system, and it causes a limited amount of resources to be used for false calls. That's pretty much what happens in this case with people.
Right, but this is not a real scenario that you're naming. You're making up some weird hypothetical scenario to try to be like a weird Loli debate like this is what Chibi's doing. He's being a Loli debate pervert about this. Like he's trying to like make up some weird hypothetical scenario to try to prove his point. But if you actually like really talk about it and really talk about this scenario, like Chibi's got nothing here. You got nothing to defend here other than just being a well actually guy.
People that can't separate fiction from reality. And so the fact that you have someone like Schlepp that his entire career is to try to bring people to justice, willing to water down a term and actually cause it to be harder to catch real PDFs is actually insane to me.
Well, if you are into Loli, you are most likely a real PDF. In fact, I would even go as far as to say you probably are a PDF, so yeah.
Now, I do want to talk about something that does need to be acknowledged, and that is Loli in general. Now, look, I'm just going to outright say it. If you find lolis and stuff weird, completely fine. I think there is nothing wrong with someone thinking it's weird, bizarre, whatever. You don't want to associate with people like that. Fine.
Yeah, but you're dog whistling that people should engage with Loli and jerk off to it. That's been the message of this entire video, is that people should be engaging with this kind of material to some extent. And I'm just not really empathetic to that perspective, buddy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a pedophile perspective to have, quite frankly.
That's completely fine. It's what—
Bro, if you want to jerk off to anime so badly, jerk off to anime of adults. Like, honestly, like, fucking just do it to adults. Like, why do you have to jerk off to what looks like a child? Why? Like, why do you feel the need to do that? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what gets you out of that? What in you is so attracted to what looks like a child?
Within your right to do that. However, you cross a line when you start calling people accusations that aren't true. For instance,
well, yeah, I mean, it is some level of pedophilia, yes.
Calling them a PDF, or
well, it is some level of PDF behavior.
Or you start comparing a drawing or a pixel to an actual living, breathing human.
This guy is such a pathetic loser. Oh my god.
There is a—
holy fuck, dude. Jesus Christ.
A very hard line there that—
an actual victim. Again, do you care about real victims? What about fucking Tectone, your top guy, Tectone, who was, again, in a civil case, lost the civil case, lost the ability to own a firearm for 10 years, has a 10-year protective order on him because he was raping and stalking his ex-girlfriend, Pinkchu. Do you actually care about victims? Probably not. Based off of that, like, you probably want to sweep for him just because he was there for you, I guess. Same for Nuxtaku. You hang around Nuxtaku. Had access to tons of lolicon content. Got tons of children that were aged 11, 12, 8, like tons of minors. They had access to fucking lolicon content. They could access the websites easily through his old content. Also, had a Discord server, made an NSFW channel at the request of a 14-year-old. He was bombarded with tons of NSFW and gore content and loli content, and was also groomed into self-harming and dropping out of school. Went through massive mental health issues as a result of that Discord server. Like, I'm sorry, like, are you gonna sit here and tell me that you care about the safety of children when these are the people that you fucking hang around with, Chibi? Really? Are you really gonna, like, virtue signal about that? And you're saying that Schlepp is the virtue signaler when he's actually getting legitimate predators off the street? I think Schlepp has a lot more credibility and a lot more weight to him caring about victims than you do, Chibi. Sorry, that's just where we're at.
Is crossed when someone does that, and all it does is water things down and makes the entire conversation very muddy, to where now when you have a conversation around stuff like this, like if someone's a PDF or not, what it comes down to is like, are they talking—
what it comes down to is the people you hang out with as well, and the people that you're okay with surrounding yourself with.
talking about a real person, or are they talking about a drawing? And when you have something like this brought up into a conversation, it's already bad, and it's happening.
Guys, let me jerk off the drawn depictions of children. Why can't I jerk off the drawn depictions of children? Why can't I do that? Wah, wah, wah.
It is something that has definitely grown exponentially in the last, like, 5 to 6 years.
Bro, dude, I'm curious to know what your best friend thought of your ex-fiance when he was fucking slamming and ramming that. She was like, take that, you dirty bitch. Like, what was he thinking?
To where the conversation around this entire topic has been muddied and just tampered with to the point to where people don't take it as seriously anymore because people cannot separate fiction from reality, and all they have done is actually help criminals get away with stuff.
This is not a real thing that's happening, though. They're not taking away voices from real criminals. This is not a real scenario. You're not taking away from victims. If you do it to Loli, again, you can get arrested in some places around the world. And in the places that you can't, I mean, that person more than likely does have CSAM material. If they're comfortable engaging with drawn depictions of CSAM material, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just, like, this is not a real thing. You're not taking away voices from actual victims. This whole harm reduction narrative is not a real thing.
And in fact, most of the time when people are this adamant about Loli content...
Please cite a time where there's, like, a harm reduction narrative. Please. Please. Cite any moment where there's, like, any form of harm reduction. Please actually back up your claims.
That are basically saying it is the equivalent of actual real people. Most of the time, from what I have seen, they turn out to be some form of, like, a problem or a criminal themselves, or they have skeletons in the closet.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you, like, insinuating that, like, Schlepp has skeletons in his closet, or that he's got, like... Are you insinuating that, like, Schlepp is a fucking predator because he's, like, calling out other predatory behavior and he's gotten actual preds taken off the streets? Wow. Okay. Oh, man. Interesting levels of cope from Chibi Reviews here to try to really jump through as many hoops as he can to justify jerking it to drawn depictions of prepubescent children.
Something is going on there, and I feel like it's absolutely insane. Like, this is really, I feel like Schlepp...
But guys, actually...
should be really ashamed of himself for even making a post like this.
He should be ashamed of himself. Oh, this guy's such a loser. Holy fuck, dude. I can't take people like this seriously. Like, this guy really thought he was doing something. Like, I mean, anything to fucking grift for the right. Or, like, literally, like, basically, Chibi Reviews, if you go to his channel, his entire content is just talking about fucking anime girls. Like, that's literally his, like, the basis of his whole content is just, like, talking about anime girls. Like, this entire video is just, like, one giant self-report. To be like, guys, I have fucking beat my meat to Loli shit, and, yeah. Guys, it's okay to do it because I did it. I'm trying to make mental justifications in my head for doing it. Like, this is such a weird... This is a self-report, Chibi. This is a fucking self-report.
Again, if he wanted to call lolis and stuff weird, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. That is completely fine. But to go this far, and then even to change his actual message to remove anime from it because he knows people don't take that seriously because it's not real.
I mean, like I said, I think Schlepp just wanted to, like, be more broad about it because, like, predators have all kinds of CSAM material. It doesn't necessarily have to be limited to just Loli material, and because the anime part is very specific, so that's probably what it is more than... That is the most likely scenario of what happened more than anything.
Because it's not something to take seriously. That's just insane. And once again, you know what this makes me look at? His entire channel? It makes me look at, it's not about actually bringing justice to...
But he has brought justice to predators.
To people, to...
Well, he has, though. He has brought justice to actual predators.
Catch actual criminals.
He has caught legitimate criminals. Are you fucking stupid? Like, look at his entire channel. He's caught legitimate criminals. On Roblox as well.
It's about making a profit and making money off of it. And, look, yeah, how can you not view it like that? Like, this person clearly doesn't potentially care about children if he's willing to water down terms to this degree.
But he has caught children or child predators, not children. Sorry, he has not. No, Schlepp has not caught children.
That's what it looks like. It's not a good
It doesn't look like that though.
look. It's not, and I feel like this is just such a shameful thing to do.
Dude, again, Schlepp is way less of a red flag than you are, Chibi. Like, if you're willing to go to these lengths to defend Loli, like, you're a fucking red flag. You hang out with Tectone, again, rapist, and probably a pedophile, because Tectone also defends Loli. Nuxtaku, danger to children, had a fucking child in his Discord server, bombarded with NSFW content and gore content, and groomed into self-harming and dropping out of high school and getting all kinds of mental health issues. Again, Nuxtaku also into lolicon, threat to children. These are the people that you surround yourself with. Stop pretending like you care about protecting children and trying to make it seem like Schlepp doesn't fucking care when he has the videos to back it up and you don't. Alright? Stop pretending, Chibi. You are concern trolling heavily here. Like, you're doing a massive fucking concern troll about this, like, whole... You're jumping through so many loops to try to make it seem like Schlepp is not as credible. But, like, Schlepp is, again, less of a red flag than you are.
I cannot believe...
Check Chibi's hard drive. Check his hard drive. Check his internet history. Go through his hard drive and go through his fucking internet history right now. And let me know what turns up.
He actually did this. Now, with that being said, I will say, I will always have the stance to protect fictional content. I have been very...
Protect fictional... Guys, he's literally dog whistling that you can jerk it to drawn depictions of kids, and it's fine. This is what the dog whistle is.
Adamant about this for a very long time, and no amount of death threats, doxings, people trying to scare me off the internet, slandering my name, false accusations.
The false accusation is something you admitted to, which is your fucking ex-fiance, well, she got penetrated 8 inches deep by, your best friends. That's your best friends, Chibi, for 10 years. That's the mans you be, crying to.
Whatever, nothing along that lines is going to make me stop talking about what I believe in and how people have...
What you believe in is defending jerking off to drawn depictions of children. That's what he believes in, by the way. And also, your ex-fiancé is not a good person either. If she's actually, like, into Shota and Loli, she's also probably disgusting.
Right to express themselves.
She's a church girl as well, so that, like, checks out even more. Because, you know, they be doing some weird shit in churches. That's all I'm saying.
In art and also within literature, and basically if people are going this hard after, let's say, Loli content, why aren't they going hard after Game of Thrones? There's some very...
Oh my god, it's fucking... it's more debate pervert bullshit. Got it. Jesus Christ.
Very crazy stuff within Game of Thrones' books, by the way, that have actual characters that are technically not 18 plus within it. But for some reason, that is completely fine, because you want to know why? It's popular. It's a big series, people.
Yeah, but Game of Thrones is trying to tell, like, a legitimate story, and, like, it was during the medieval ages when, unfortunately, children were a lot more abused back then. So, like, and also, it started off as a book. Like, it's not like people are jerking off to the actual children doing that sort of thing. I mean, if you are, then that's more of a concern than anything else. But, like, that's different than Loli, which is intentionally made for people to jerk off to. That's, like, again, like, this is not, like, a real... You're being a debate pervert. Like...
People accept it, but obviously now with anime reaching a new norm and people kind of encountering anime for the first time, and the main go-to voice now is to say anything that isn't mainstream shonen, like for instance Chainsaw Man or JJK, everything's icky or weird and needs to be gone, censored, and it's problematic. We could see this. There's a big shift, and there's a lot of hypocrisy. There's a lot of people only playing one side and not understanding, and they're picking and choosing what's a problem or not because they just don't like it, and at the end of the day, they don't really care about actual victims or people getting harmed.
Neither do you, based on the people you hang out with and what you defend.
They're all in it for a profit or being able to make brownie points and...
I mean, yeah, Schlepp... I hate this whole virtue signal of, oh, like, there's a monetization virtue. Like, people do this in, like, apology videos as well, where they're like, oh, but, like, they monetize their apology video, which means it's not genuine, or who cares? It's like it's a weird virtue signal to be like, you can't make money off of content that you make. Like, who gives a fuck? Make money off that shit. Who cares? Honestly, like, if Schlepp is getting, like, legitimate predators off the streets and he wants to make content off of it and make money off of the work that he does, let him. He should be allowed to. He's putting in the work to do it. He should be paid to do said work. Like, who fucking cares?
Clout and everything about that. That's basically what they're doing. And I'm just going to say it like it is, guys. I would make a lot more money, and I would have a lot more sponsorships if I straight up just said Loli is bad. I would. I'm just...
So why don't you?
It's going to be blunt.
Wouldn't that be a sign that you should?
I would make so much more money, and I would be less, like, I would be deemed less problematic to work with. Or
it's very interesting, because I saw Chibi Reviews had to post, he couldn't help himself but post on Twitter that the haters are fueling him to make more content. He's, like, saying, I make a ton of money off the haters, but now you're, like, when it's convenient, now you're saying, oh, I don't make as much money because I'm not defending Loli. Like, you're, like, sort of, like, just making points when it, like, only serves your narrative.
Anyone to talk with me if I just straight up went against it. But I won't, because I'm willing to separate, and I see the difference between fiction and reality.
Okay, dude, if you say so.
I know there
has never, ever, 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 ever been a scenario in history where someone that engages with lolicon content ever uses that as an opening to try to access the real deal. There's never, ever been a situation like that that's happened in history, according to Chibi, I guess.
Difference, and trying to say they're the same hurts real people, and
okay, if you say so. Jesus Christ, dude.
I feel like that is so horrible to do to people, actual people that have went through stuff. So, long story short, I'm probably gonna get mass hate for this video. Oh, I know I'm gonna get mass hate, but it is what it is. It's something I've already dealt with before. I can take it, I guess, at this point. But just it needs to be said. I could not believe what
It did not need to be said at all. You could have kept this under wraps, and I don't know. I'm almost glad he made this video just so he really puts out into the world how much of a massive fucking self-report that he is.
Actually saw here. But thank you so much for watching. May all of you have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.
Brother, nobody forced you to make this video, and you still made it. I don't know, dude. Sounds to me like you are probably not safe around children. I don't know what to tell you. You engage with Loli, I'm not gonna trust you if I ever have a kid one day, that's for damn sure.